difficult for Eanix to find an answer to what ASN offers in terms of, I guess, the matchup. They're going to be banning out Eanix's Scarf. They're never going to allow him, or they're never going to allow Trophies to touch that in this best of 3, I feel. So it's going to be that second ban. But for Eanix, maybe a preemptive ban on the Koshka.
Yeah, that could work. Koshka could be a good ban against Shingy to get rid of that hero. And obviously, this is the final ban that they could get rid of it, unless they want to pick it themselves. It's unlikely that ASN are going to go for Vox and Koshka, and so I think Eanix, they could ban away the Cruel. It may not be the worst idea. Obviously, if you saw they won with Baron Cruel, so if you ban it away, that could work. And they're going to ban the Arden instead. That leaves only Catherine and Baptiste really as the captains that Eanix can pick, because the rest of them, the Finn, the Flicker, aren't really that viable at the moment. Of course, we could see a Fortress. That'd be a really good pick, and I definitely expect to see the pick up of Catherine, or just some kind of captain.
So that leaves the Baptiste for Eanix, but Eanix, do they play a good Baptiste? I can't remember them doing too much with that. I feel like Angry Die has played, but hasn't had too much success with it. So maybe they could go for a Glaive. Glaive is open right now.
Yeah, they could. I'm pretty certain that Eanix will pick a Baptiste. But if they don't, obviously we know they love their mages, backline, Celeste, Scarf. It didn't work for them in the last game. ASN know how to counter it. If you let Baptiste Catherine get through, you're in a horrible position. Baptiste counters Sky as well. So I think Eanix could be drafting themselves into a poor position here. They've got a weapon power carry left to pick, which is most likely going to be someone like an Idris, maybe a Ringo. And so they're just not in a good position because they're so hard countered by one hero. And that one hero also synergizes extremely well with the Catherine. I think ASN definitely they have to draft how they know to get Cruel's kind of good against Baptiste, but the double CC and the fear into silence, I think they definitely should go. Yeah, it's a great draft from ASN. They got the comp they wanted. I think Eanix are going to be in a lot of trouble with that Sky to try and counter this Baptiste.
So what was the thought of going for the second pick Sky? Because we're thinking it's better to go for at least the captain first.
Yeah, they've gone for Sky because Sky counters Catherine. Because the 4 barrage ticks don't proc any reflex damage from Stormguard unless you have 5 damage items, and Catherine has no defense. You're not going to have damage reflected on you because they tick really, really quickly. And Cruel is just a good hero. We saw how strong Cruel was in the last game. Cruel's not really a Catherine counter. Cruel's terrible into Vox. But Cruel is a reasonably good hero against Baptiste, which they obviously have to have been expecting, because Cruel can get on top of Baptiste. And I've said before, that Baptiste is fantastic at stopping you engaging on someone else. He's not good at stopping you engaging on you. Because once he's used the fear, the Ordain doesn't always work. He has to boots away so that you don't get on top of him. And we're finding out that Infamous did beat Elite 8 2-1 in that best of 3. So Infamous will be playing in the finals today.
So wait, we were talking about this a while ago. Does that mean that Infamous right now? Oh, I thought they had 49 points, but now they have 50. So
now they have 50 points. So they'll be happy. You get 2 extra points for reaching the final as well. So they're currently on 52 points, and they can go up to 54 if they win the final.
That's great. So really good showing for Infamous there. But Elite 8, I feel like they're not that far behind. They're just trying to, again, I think, find themselves. Oh, that sounds like a good movie. But yeah, they're just trying to find themselves as a team right now.
Yeah, I think that they drafted as a thinking of what happened in the last game. We don't want that to happen again, so we're going to all away from you. We're going to ban the Baron away from you. But in doing so, they've left themselves in a tough spot. I think Baptiste Catherine has lost before, but when it loses, it's up against the Scarf or a Celeste or someone who can outpoke the CP Baptiste, or maybe against the Blackfeather, because Blackfeather has 2 blocks in his ultimate, and if you get a reflex block and your captain gets a Crucible, that's 4. And the 4 blocks are what you need to counter Baptiste Catherine without echoes. So Blackfeather's always really good against this comp. I think Sky will get shut down pretty quickly by Batiste. It's going to be all on Cruel, all on Iron Udai's Cruel to be able to kill the Batiste, and then once that form CC is down, Sky will be able to kill Vox.
Well, now Iron Udai hasn't shown to be I guess a strong jungler for the moment. But I could be wrong on this one. I mean, his lance was okay in the early, but it didn't really show this. He was forcing a lot of impales that really didn't connect anymore. Just because, again, like you said, reflex blocks was an easy counter to that one. But now he has the crawl. So let's see if this skeleton can start zombieing his way in to his opponents.
Yeah, they're going to start the backs together. Eanix, Grace is just going to have a little bit of a tussle. Boy wants to stack, and now he's going to back off. That's always smart. Catherine's just... The meta in SEA is very similar to it is in EU, I've noticed. The captains always just start in the middle of the jungle, trying to steal away some farm. Whereas in North America, the captains always just go straight to lane for that ambient gold. And it's much more effective gold-wise if you go straight to lane, but you can't do that if you know that the enemy captain's taking your jungle, because you have to try and stop them. But it's kind of a stalemate, both teams lose out situation, because they both have to start in the middle of the jungle, otherwise they will be in a worse off position. But if they both started in the lane, then they'd get more ambient gold.
Oh, Boy with a kissy emote for some reason.
Yeah, that's the charm that you can use. Boy just wants to say hello. Argued not able to port home. He could try and steal this mid away. I think he's definitely going to go for it now. He's been stunned. And now 2v3 in the jungle. 2v3
indeed. ASN, can they get it? The fadeaway bad mojo, but that's not going to be the lucky shot from the Batiste. On 2-2-2 in the lane himself will be getting quite a bit of a CS lead here against Trophies, but he has to be careful. He only has a Sonic Zoom for the safety skill in the lane if Boy isn't here, so he's got to be careful because Rubber Monkey does have retribution for a pretty good dash in, and then you get yourself that Holy Nova, but we'll just have to see. Batiste in the jungle, Cooler's right here, so okay, so this is my other question. Like I said, I asked a while ago, who's faster in the jungle? Is it the Cruel or what was that again? The Cruel or the yeah, now it's Cruel or Batiste actually.
In terms of level 1, you'd have to say Batiste, because he has that empowerment, which gives him great damage, and of course the bad mojo splashes onto 2 minions. I think in general, if you want to know who has a quicker jungle clear, if someone has an ability that damages multiple minions, they have a quicker jungle clear. Celeste, Rhyme, Batiste, all those heroes at level 1 have really quick clears because they can get the back 2 and the front 2 together. Cool's going to go in on Xingyi.
And Xingyi was got out a little bit here, 1v1 situation, but you can see Boy will be rotating as well. Good damage coming in from I Angry Udai. That's a Spectral Smite for you. And Xingyi chasing in from the back line. Here comes Boy, gonna get connected stun onto Rubber Monkey. Yes, it will. And Rubber Monkey's super low in HP, but he does have that Holy Nova. He's gonna be super low. And the first blood will connect here for the side of ASN. Xingyi gets it, but at the same time, he gets killed himself by I Angry Udai. So this Crow at least able to offset that first blood from ASN.
Yeah, definitely. Xingyi managing to get himself rooted by one tree in there. And if you're rooted for that long against the Crawl's just like, yep, this is a free kill. Crawl, if you're rooted against Crawl, it's dead, because he gets on top of you, gets those stacks, and then Spectral Smite to finish you off. Xingyi did get the first blood, so I'm sure he'll be happy about that. But Boy with 9 Captain of the Guard stacks, really being very aggressive to make sure to get as much armor, as much shield as possible, which will be good against this Crawl. One thing about Angry Udai is he's reasonably quick running through the jungle, but I think Xingyi does have quicker clearing the minions, and they're both shopping. That's 3v2 ASN.
A premature use on the Holy Nova might be life and death for Rubber Monkey, but it's not gonna be for now. And back into the lane, Trophies will just go back, and I think he already bought a couple of items. Yes, he did. So,
Working towards that Frostburn first on Sky, almost definitely. Shingy can go for that Shatterglass, and they're both the same items at the moment. I think Shingy will probably be able to buy the Shatterglass first because Truffy's generally gets caught in lane, whereas he can afford it soon. Aeon could be caught out. Good stuff.
they don't have an ultimate yet. No From Hell's Heart coming out from I Angry You Die. But Boy here in the lane will be able to provide a lot of support for Aeon 222. Although you can see Shingy not really playing to his regular playstyle of him just going for the invades, but to be honest, it feels like they don't really have to, because it feels like ASN are just being more reactive and their reactions are allowing them to get these advantages.
Yeah, Shingy going for the defensive game against Crawl, because the problem with playing as Batiste against Crawl is if, let's say, you try and invade Crawl's jungle at some point, if Crawl's standing in the bush and waiting for you, you're dead. He gets his Shadows and Power Me perk, he has movement speed, he has slow. You try and run away, he can use the block he's got to block your Ordained. He can use from Deadman's Rush to get on top of you, then you die and you're going to lose your jungle. So really, you can't invade unless you have vision on where Crawl is at every point in time. So that means Shingy just has to settle for taking his own jungle, and then getting level 6, farming up to late game, where this Batiste Catherine combo will get their ultimates unlocked and will really start to be an absolute menace. Catherine, at position maybe?
At position, but that Stormguard gonna keep her safe for the meantime. ASN, I mean, maybe they could start going for the siege here, but against Truffy's, who does have that 4 barrage, maybe they'll have to think twice. And of course, now I Angry Die is level 6. He got that from Hell's Heart, and he will slap it on straight off the bat. I think it was actually blocked by ASN, and look at that coming out from the Batiste. A beautiful usage on the Fearsome Shade, forcing out Eanix as they go in for the offensive.
Yeah, that was a boomerang max length stun about to land on Aeon. Tesla Boy with the body block and the reflex block to make sure that it was not connected on him, and he blocked it. So that was really good. Shingy is massively out, is in trouble.
Shingy just went to the brush and found I Angry You Die, so maybe that was the plan of ASN. Keep someone in the brush, don't allow anyone to actually go and have an advantage with the flank. And ASN are playing this so well. You can see how it feels like they're reading Eanix like a book. Although Eanix, they're trying their best, but I mean, they haven't really transitioned into anything yet. In terms of the turrets, the one for Eanix is half to compare to ASN, who still hasn't been touched at all.
Yeah, it looks like Eanix are going to try and push this wave up, but Tesla Boy is there, so is Shingy. So Truffy isn't going to get any damage on that first. Oh, we'll get some damage on Shingy. There's the stun.
There's the stun from the Hell's Heart. Shingy was collapsed immediately in the lane, and here comes Boy and Aeon. They're the 2 remaining guardians of ASN for the first turret. Can they really defend it? I think they will be able to, and Eanix back away for here. Back now.
They do, but Crawl sneaking away the Crystal Sentry will probably port home. No, he's going to get caught out by Aeon. No chance of Crawl surviving unless the Fountain comes through. It will.
Yeah, Phantom will come through, but man, look at that. I Angry You Die will be able to survive. Although all of this clashes, all of these objective takings, and we only have a 400 disparity between these 2 teams and their net worth.
There's literally a 100-0 gold lead for either team, just swapping around as people manage to farm up their waves. And this is really good for ASM, because once it gets into the late game, Shingy and Tesla Boy, well, Tesla Boy's definitely going to get an Echo, probably a null wave as well, and so they're just waiting for that power spike. Fox is going for a massive sustain build, but a fight's going to break out in lane.
The reflex block was there, just gonna be the usage onto the blast tremor. They're focusing so much on the trophies. That might have been a bad decision here for ASN. Look at how much impact I Angry You Die is doing with this Skrull. Boy will be spotting him out, but Aeon is still pretty healthy. Doesn't have the range though, but if he has, this could be a huge amount of kills for the side of ASN. Although Eanix, look at that. Death from above, and Sky to combo her skills or her ultimate with his team was beautiful in its sense.
Yeah, what an ultimate from Rob Monkey, the divine intervention, just turning that fight around. Didn't even have to use the fountain. And even though it started out well for ASN, they blocked they blocked the stun, but then they couldn't block the silence. Then once all the CC was used by ASM, Eanix just waited and then turned around later. Aeon getting a bit too out of position. He basically was on top of Crawl, which is not where you need to be on Vox at all. And Rob Monkey looking like he's going to work towards that Echo. I'm surprised that Tesla Boy is going to get an Atlas third item. I know Atlas does counter Crawl, obviously, with him needing massive attack speed, but you need that Echo or the Null Wave, because Null Wave to counter the Echo on Grace, or Echo to just silence up the whole team. And a little bit of a tussle in lane, but Crawl isn't there, so ASN do have the advantage.
Now, Cruel would be here. I think he's just going to rotate to the right side or to the bottom right, but it looks like he's just going to be here in the lane. Will Rubber Monkey be good enough of a bait that Krill can actually go for the setup? He gets spotted out, and now a fight or a clash ensues. Chingy into sides does have the Batiste. He has good damage with that bad mojo. He can keep spamming it out, and I Angry You Die will be holding or will be absorbing that damage for the meantime. Here comes the forward barrage from Trophies. He's very low on HP. Does he have ultimate? 15 seconds left. And look at that. ASN are being pushed back here, but at the same time, at what cost? There's going to be a kill onto Rubber Monkey, and Trophies as well as I Angry You Die are very low on HP, and without their captain, this might as well just be ASN's first turret of the game.
They could try and push it, I think, yeah. ASN smartly staying, all three members here, trying to push this wave in. They probably saw Sky porting, and that'll be easier turret. Cool wants to try and stop it.
And he will try, but fail. It's gonna be the Krull with 13 seconds left before he has that Hell's Heart. Oh my goodness! Death from above, and he just eats it like Skittles. Tezza Boy bombarded, blasted, and broken in that one.
It's definitely for Tezza Boy. They got the turret, which was worth it. They got a kill on Crawl. But now are they going to lose this next turret? Aeon doing great to get the wave, and that will be a good defense for ASN. They know Sky's low. She's going to back off. And so ASN getting one turret, kill traded 1-for-1. Now Tezza Boy's getting that Echo. Rubber Monkey has just picked it up as I was speaking. So that's better for Eanix at the moment. They have their captain as an Echo and Fountain Crucible, whereas Catherine only has Fountain Crucible Atlas. And so in a team fight, I think once the Atlas wears off, Echo will do more work for Eanix, and Catherine just needs to get that. So I think it will be more likely Echo first, then a Null Wave after for Catherine. And ASN need to combo their CCs together. They're doing all right with the stuns, but it's more the ultimates from Catherine and Batiste that are being used at the same time. So Catherine's silence means they cannot block. Then the fear can get them through the ordained wall, or can push them or push Pool away, or Sky into a wall.
Now, are they gonna go for a team fight in the lane? Are we gonna see these two titans duke it out already and find, well, not really the winner of this game, but per se, who will be controlling more the flow of how this game is progressing? As of the moment, ASN are 3 kills short, but in a game such as Vainglory, sometimes these kills really aren't going to help out once you're 13 minutes into the game and past. So, all ASN now
take gold mine. Smart.
Gold
They actually Aeon is trying to defend the turret, and Eanix will now know. Gold second. There's the Crawl. Good. Oh.
And here we go. Usage on the ultimate from Trophies with the forward barrage. Gonna go side to side. Just a little bit of damage right there. But ASN, they're really forcing themselves to go for a pick right here. And it's gonna be the case. Nice blocking coming in from Trophies. Goes in with the forward barrage just for the damage onto Tezza Boy. And this could be at least maybe ASN baiting out Eanix's cooldowns for the meantime and having an opening for them 14 minutes, one more before the Kraken comes out of her shell once again.
Yeah, and Aeon actually sold his was Barb Needle that Aeon had picked up. It looked like he was going to go for a sustain build of Surface Blast Poison Shift Tension Bow. He sold the Barb Needle and picked up a Breaking Point instead. Aeon feeling that Fountain and the Poison Shift is enough sustain that he just needs to get an Aegis for defense and now build a breaking point. It's extremely smart on Vox. In this game, you're going to get breaking point stacks. Vox loves breaking point as an item. He pretty quickly builds up those breaking point stacks. And so that means that in an elongated team fight, ASN are going to win.
So we'll just have to see. Oh my goodness. Rubber Monkey, he was chasing down onto Tezaboy, but Tezaboy was able to absorb everything that they throw at him. That's going to be the 1-for-1 trade. Rubber Monkey is down. I can repeat, Rubber Monkey is down. And Aeon will go in. Can they get this double kill? Yes, they do. This is going to be a triple. Can they get it? Oh, is it going to be a triple, baby? But Truffy's able to series strike away from the fight and live to tell the tale for another day. ASN not lucky enough to have enough HP to go for that second turret, but still, they're getting a lot of, I would say, wins in this game.
Yeah, Aeon playing extremely well on that box. He's only going to get more powerful once he picks up a Tornado Trigger or a Tyrant's Monocle. So that's going to be a big, even bigger power spike for Aeon. And he is going to get the Tyrants. There's 4 completed damage items on box, that only 3 on Truffy's Sky at the moment. Probably going to get the 4th. When he goes to shop, yeah, only about 20 more gold until he can get Clockwork. So it's going to be an interesting fight between this Vox and this Scarf, because they now both have their all 4 tier 3 items, whereas Vox has an Aegis as well, Sky only with the Reflex block. So that's really good. That's the 2k gold lead ASN have got, pretty much all funneled onto Aeon. And now they may look for a fight. Catherine has got the Echo, 2 Blast Tremors are available. Batiste, without an Echo, you're unlikely to get one on a carry Batiste. So he does have 1 fear. It was a fantastic fear in the last team fight. Got Sky and Crawl. Just meant that Vox could get so many basic attacks on Crawl, build up some breaking point stacks, and 3 basic stacks, and Sky had to back off. So ASN going to start the Kraken. I think Iron Greed Eye is going to spot it. Tezaboy's just waiting in the bush. Such good positioning from Tezaboy, but Eanix aren't going to fall for that.
They're low on HP right now. There's going to be the Blast Tremor and the Fearsome Shade. The Kraken is so low. Who's going to get the last hit? Oh, they stole the Kraken. And the Kraken has been unleashed. But you know what? What also was unleashed is going to be ASN. They get the 2, and they're going to get themselves a triple as well. An ace to boot. He's so low, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be an ace. And this Kraken is just going to give even more gold here for ASN.
It will. Shingy quite good at taking Kraken, getting soul fragments and just loads of damage. Aeon not so good, needs to build up breaking point stacks, but that's only going to be 1 turret and maybe 1 or 2 shots on this second one. I think ASN aren't going to be able to get their own turret from this ace. That only 2 ace buff minions are by the turret, and they might try to go for it, but no, they're just going to back off. Aeon going to pick up probably War Treads as a final completed item. That was a really good team fight for ASN, but the fear from Shingy was far too early. You want to fear the enemy away when you are going to secure the Kraken. Use the fear way before the Kraken was even close to being taken. So Sky, of people, could secure the Kraken against the Crawl and the Batiste. Somehow Sky managed to get the last hit. I don't think ASN should let that happen. You need to body block the forward brush of Sky and move the Kraken away from the death from above. But they are now going to get the turret. Eanix do probably want to fight this.
And they will be forcing a little bit of a fight right here. Iangriadai and Rubber Monkey still onto the sides. They spot out Tezaboy, but that is a Grace. Usage on the ultimate from most of the members of, actually all of the members of ASN. And right now, Eanix have a little bit of an upper hand. If they can fight Tezaboy, that might be another kill here for Eanix, but I guess not for here. ASN will be backing off. They already get themselves 2 turrets, so why force themselves to fight? They might lose it. Just make sure.
Yeah, getting 1 turret for the exchange of using ultimates, it's worth it. They're going to go with War Treads though. ASN. Nope, they're just going to back off now. They've had enough. They War Treads to make Eanix back off because their ultimates weren't ready, as you said. Still 20 seconds on Catherine. Shingy doesn't care though. He's going to boots in.
Connection onto the Ordained, onto the Sky. Wow, did you just see that? After coming out from the Ordained, he blasts him with the Fearsome Shade. And guess what? Aside from that, Aeon was able to follow up and only crawl here to defend his choke turret or chokerit. But I mean, that's just a single.
He'll be able to do it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, with no bushes to hide in to get that Shadows and Power, he just has to let the turret fall. again, ASN's going to be so happy with that. They get the 2 turrets that they wanted. Now they can position to either take Kraken, which should respawn very soon, or just position to win a fight. And if they win another fight, they can probably push for the win. Or maybe if they get a couple of kills, then they can just take Kraken and she'll push into the base reasonably effectively. I think Trophies, I don't know how. He must have wasted some money on infusions because Vox is fully built with Boots and Aegis, whereas Sky with more CS, 211 CS on Sky, and she still hasn't got an Aegis. So Sky with 0 defense except for that infusion. And that's really the problem for Trophies. He can block one thing, can't block everything. As I said, going to be caught out in their little gank bush. Now they're just going to position somewhere else and try and get a fight. And I think, yeah, Sky needs to get that Aegis. Still need a little bit more gold, Sky. 125 more gold till Sky can pick up a full Aegis. So Eanix shouldn't fight. They should wait. Let Sky get that either passively or by getting a couple of minions. Then they'll be in a way better position. Decrease cooldown on the block and just way more defense.
Kraken has already spawned. This is going to be the point of contention for both of these teams. I mean, will it be Eanix to get that steal once again? Or maybe on the opposite side of the spectrum, it's going to be, well, ASN to steal the huge behemoth of an objective. They're going to be going for the wraparound. There's some shade indeed. Last Tremor as well to connect. They're forcing their way into the embracing arms of the Crawl, the Death from Above, just for the zone out here. So ASN, they don't want to go overly committing, but they have to in a way. But I mean, look at how Eanix have been playing this. Although, look at that. They jump in and they get punished, but Crawl still survives. I think he was able to use that Spectral Smite for the extra HP, and they might have just turned the tides of this battle into their hands again.
Yeah, it looked like Eanix were all behind. They looked like they weren't going to win any of the fights, but Vainglory managing to dive on top of Shingy, take him out, and then now they're rotating to this Kraken. I don't think ASN will get there in time, and they weren't let out, so they wouldn't have been able to get the steal. That's a really good for Eanix. If ASN do win this fight and get an ace, they could base rush against the Kraken. It would be risky, because if they then get return aced, Eanix can push so much more with this Kraken than if ASN just decide to take it. Given that they've got 4 turrets still up, I think ASN are most likely just to take the Kraken down. Maybe lose 2 turrets, but I don't think they'll lose the game from this push unless they play it poorly. Sky now has got an Aegis, so I'm happy.
So this is still a possibility of a game 3 ASN. I mean, they have okay damage. You can see how forceful they are to break down this Kraken, but at the same time trying to deal with Eanix, who have been, you saw there, Catherine blasting out the blast driver, forcing, I believe, was that
Crucible was used on the Fearsome Shade by Rob Monkey.
Yeah, Crucible was used, and this Kraken is 3/4 in HP. Nobody has chipped him down to dangerously low levels, so this might be Eanix, like I said, pushing this game into a 3rd one.
Yeah, the Sky's gonna get jumped on. Sky's gonna fall. Vainglory is gonna get healed up lovely though.
Oh, double kill. And the chase is on. Oh, does he have it? Merciless Pursuit in 3, 2, 1. The chase is on, and there's the ace coming out from ASN.
They're going for the base rush. They can definitely do it. Kraken is way slower than Heroes, and Kraken may even fall to the turrets, but Trophy's up in 28 seconds. That fight went on for so long, the left time has got really long. The problem is, Aeon is terrible at taking turrets, and Shingy is even worse. Kraken's got the first one.
But the Kraken is so low in HP, just a couple more. Actually, never mind, it's not taking quite a bit of damage. But there it is. Oh, it's gonna be close. 2, 1. Trophies is back. 3v1, 3v1. Can he do it? Oh, can he go for it? There's the forward barrage. He's doing so much damage, but no, the core will be popped. And ASN, you dirty, dirty team, gets a 2-0 against Eanix.
Aeon on the back line. That was Shingy just distracting the Sky. Aeon doing all of the damage onto that Vein Crystal. And doesn't matter how you win, as long as you are the first team to destroy the enemy Vein Crystal, you will win the game. Tesla Boy didn't manage to get a null wave, did actually get water heads instead. But the null wave wouldn't have done that much. They were doing really well at blocking anyway. Rough Monkey just would have picked up a reflex block and it would have countered you. So Tesla Boy deciding that wasn't worth it. I think it was mostly the composition from ASN was